Hey, what's going on, family? This is Monica Almond, as you know, the author of The Single Woman's Blueprint. Hope everyone's having a great night tonight. Thank you for all of those of you who tune into this video. I just wanted to spend a few minutes talking about the book, The Single Woman's Blueprint. This book has been a long time in the making. And so I'm excited about what God has put on my heart to share through the message of this book. And I wanted to share it with you because I think it's important to really articulate kind of the meaning behind the movement and why and how it came to be. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that tonight, especially for those of you that were not able to join us at the book signing launch event last weekend. So who am I? I am a child of the Most High King. I am born and bred from Southern California, and most of my life has been about trying to figure out and find who I am and trying to discover my identity. And for most of us, that's the journey that we take in life. It's about trying to figure out what God has called us to do and the purpose that He's placed on the inside of us. But for the vast majority of us, we will never fulfill our purpose in the earth. And when you think about it, it's very mind-numbing. Like, when God gave us so many gifts and He gave us all this incredible creativity, why do some of us not tap into the full potential of what He's put on the inside of us? So most of my journey as a woman has been about trying to pursue a relationship and trying to pursue this kind of ideal place, which is called marriage. And when you grow up in church, like I did, oftentimes marriage is like the height of everything. And when God created man and woman, He created us to be in covenant. So oftentimes as women, single women, we are striving and yearning to get to this place. It's almost like graduation when you get married, right? It's like, wow, after all this time of being single, I'm graduating to this place called marriage. But for many women who are not sure or clear about their identity and who don't understand why God created them and what purpose God planned on the inside of them, oftentimes we find ourselves in a position of kind of these toxic relationships, which I talk about in The Single Woman's Blueprint. And so when you find yourself searching for connection, you oftentimes you slip into the gutter. And so for me, I was trying to hustle and get my degrees. I was looking for identity in a number of things. I was looking for identity in community. I was looking for identity in trying to make sure that I out-credentialed anybody in my sphere or in my circle or in my family. And trying to search for this thing that would give me satisfaction. And I'll never forget the day that I graduated with my doctorate degree. I felt empty. I thought that I was going to feel a certain way, like, wow, I've accomplished this incredible goal. I have a PhD, but I literally felt like I had, what did I do over the past 6 years? And what was the end goal? What was the purpose? Why did I spend all my time and energy investing in that? So oftentimes we are trying to find our purpose in these things that are external, that we think are going to fulfill us without recognizing that everything we need is on the inside. So this book is really a testimony of my single journey and the single journey of many women. I cover a number of issues in this book, from premarital sex to being a single mom, to being a single Black woman, to being a single woman who's raised in the church, and oftentimes the issues that I need to be addressed or not addressed in the pulpit. I talk about infidelity. I talk about sharing a man when you know that the man is in another relationship. I talk about the sugar daddy. There are a number of things that I touch on in this book, some of them which are reflected in my own life, but also things that I've seen people experience and encounter. And the point of the messages in this book is to literally cause an outbreak to happen. And again, there are often times when we're sitting in these churches and sitting in certain congregations, we don't get the messaging that truly is about awakening our spirits and helping us to form a new identity as single Christian women in particular. And so my heart for this book is that it would cause women to recognize who God has created them to be, that your purpose is not found in between the sheets. And that's the language that I use, is your purpose is not found underneath the covers with a man. And that goes for married women. Your identity is not found in your husband. Your identity is found in the one who created you. And so This book is about helping women understand and causing them to reconcile who God created them to be and how they can use their purpose to transform the lives of women all around us. Because if we're not walking in our purpose, someone is missing out on our gift. And so we don't want everything that God has put on the inside of us to go to waste. So my prayer is that this book literally cause a shift in the thinking of women, that it transforms minds like never before, that the scales and the blinders that are on our lives as women come off. Even oftentimes you see women who are in marriages and are not living their full potential because they've kind of, they've rested in the fact that their marriage is everything to them. And yes, marriage is beautiful and it's perfect and it's sacred and it's this beautiful, amazing thing where you can build a life and build a movement and build a ministry with someone. But when you lose your identity in your marriage, you're not truly fulfilling what God has called you to do. So this book, The Single Woman's Blueprint, Stop Chasing a Man, Start Chasing Your Dreams, is about living out your purpose 1,000%, where you're in pursuit of that thing that God has called you to do. Because it breaks my heart to see a woman not truly living her potential and trying to find her identity in a man, or in this man that she fell head over heels and in love with. And whenever you place whenever you place value on another human being that is above the value that you give yourself, that is above the value that God has placed in you, then you are literally setting that person up as an idol in your life. And you don't want anybody to take first place in your life, because then you become a slave to that person, right? You become a slave to this ideology and this idea that, all of my worth is found in this person. And when that person leaves you, when they break your heart, when they mistreat you, then you're like, well, God, what happened? And it's because you've placed all of your value in this person, in an identity that's outside of the identity that God has given you. So this book is a wake-up call. So my prayer is that you share this message with as many women in your circle as you can, that you share this video, and that you encourage people to understand that God has called you to do something that's bigger than you can ever imagine in your finite intelligence. And until you discover the power that's on the inside of you, then you'll continue to live a kind of a stagnant, a doldrum life, when God has called you to so much more. So the book launches this Tuesday, the 18th of September, 9/18/18. And I'm just believing that this is going to be a movement that breaks loose into the lives of women all around the world. So I encourage you to share this video, to share the message of the Blueprint. Tuesday it launches officially, so people will be able to order the book and it come directly to their mailboxes. But I'll be sharing more and talking more about my journey and some of the experiences that I've encountered. A lot of them are in this book, so check it out when you get a chance. Thank you so much for your support. I love you guys. Please share this video widely. Encourage people this Tuesday. Get the book, run tell that, and let me just make sure I said everything I wanted to say. God bless you. Have an excellent week, and thank you for just walking alongside me on this journey. Take care. Be blessed.